welcome back to Owl003. Today we are going to talk about a target I did on the Adinkras symbols and codes. Here's what the tasking was. The remote viewer will describe the intent and origin of the Adinkras symbols and codes for the use of humanity. So, this is not a target I would task out or send anybody out unless they're probably a pretty advanced remote viewer. And the reason why I say this is because it was a very, at least to me, it felt like a pretty complex target. So if you're not, familiar with some more kind of difficult, more abstract kind of a target, might be a little frustrating. But go for it if you want to go for it. If you want to read up on the history of this or what this is all about, Billy Carson has some stuff on it. James Gates, they talk about it as it pertains to the universe and that. So I'm just going to get into the session. You guys, hopefully you'll do some research. I'm hoping somebody that has interest in this topic will find it interesting, because I really I'd never heard of this until after I worked the target. So let's go to the session and see what I got. The structure: hardened steel, edged, AOL big rect, silver, luminous, glowing, vibrating, explosive, dynamic, AOL break, subterfuge, brown, elevated, moving, petrified. Okay, my IA break was to get a feeling of destiny. Like closed or sealed. It's all AOLs here. But some of these AOLs are kind of interesting. AOL, like a margin of error. Part of the thing that these guys talk, like James Gates and stuff, that there's some kind of error within the coding of the matrix, basically, of the whole idea is that this is like a holographic universe from their perspective, and that these Adinkras are like a living language of this ethereal universe. Okay, so efficacy, like cycling. Okay, so this kind of came up a lot, this idea of a micro universe and this action of micro fission. So micro fission technology. There is some, there's these symbols from the ancient, from like Africa and stuff like that. There's all these different symbols. I'll show you guys in a minute. But they have masks and stuff. So I don't know if this has something to do with it. Because I get this big male wearing a mask. Okay, so I'm getting a humming, a buzzing, a flickering, like an ignition. This feels disturbing. Something about this function I didn't really like, of whatever this is doing. This idea of awareness, unbridled rage from somebody. Okay, again, disturbance, small, symbolic, retrocausal. This idea of dispersal, AOL signal like a feeder system. AOL star search. Okay, wave resonance. I get this sense of a carrier wave, dispersal, coded, warped and uneven. This feels gradual. And then I got this morphic resonance field technology. I didn't know where to put that. I put it in signal. Gradual, processional. This idea of conformity. Calculable and inert. Sense of propaganda. This idea of ingenuity, pulsing, pocketed. Sense of evolution. Like the evolution of mankind. The sense of forestall. Winding. Sense of immersion. And I took a break. Come back. Basic stage 2s here. AOL Goblet, Holy Grail. Okay. Humming vibe. Okay. AOL break secular nature. AOL break like a deterrent. AOL flexing metal. Some guys like just scribbles basically. Like a button. Revolutionary mechanized equipment. Okay, AOL break temporal disturbance. AI break revolutionary. AOL four corners area. Okay, so now I'm getting this machine. Now, what this kind of felt like was this like machine, this giant machine like in space or something, spitting out this like a microwave energy. I feel intrigued by this, like a diabolical scheme unfolding. Micro, like it kept coming in all the time. Micro growth, electrified, humming. A disturbance here. Again, micro-fission technology, energy source. AOL signal, like microwave energy. Nervous, the sense of calibration. I get the impression of disturbing news, like a roulette wheel. Firmament, microwave energy. This feels organized. Oh, this is signal, organized like an emblem. Okay, microwave technology. A microwave emitter. This feels directional. Okay, so I'm getting all these, just this energy. Okay, so AOL electrical. Okay, AOL signal like a planetary network. AOL soul trap. I hope that's an AOL. Adherence. Refractory. AOL sonic. AOL black hole. AOL signal like an emission in space. And then this came up quite a bit. So again, I don't understand it, but micro adhesion. And I got this sense of like a sacred seal, which go back. You know, I think just to give you an idea, there's some other stuff too, of these symbols. I can't move this, move that. Okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I'll go back to that. Okay, sacred seal feels formulaic. This idea of like gifted. Okay, microadhesion. This kept popping up, so I figured I better stage 5 it. Okay, so microchip technology, people, service, intelligence, forensic evidence. Micro adhesion. Goals, service technology. Celestial upbringing service. Celestial upbringing service. I thought that was interesting. It's a topic. Celestial upbringing. Terrestrial. AOL signal. Retrofit. Like a rebirthing chamber. AOL signal. Like terrestrial upbringing. AOL mind sequencing. Okay. Reflexive technology. Symbolic. Forensic. Gosh, let me get this out of the way. Okay, symbolic, forensic. This rebirthing center, I don't know what that's about. Get the strong impression of a forensic study has something to do with the technology here. Okay, so Sacred Seal, I figured I better stage 5 that. People, technology, attributes, rebirth, regeneration, serve, mobility. What's the subject? Rebirthing and microfission. Topic, growth. Okay, the idea of rebirth, I get the sense of a cross-section microfission technology. Signal, like a microverse, like timeline technology. Sense of a distribution network. This feels empirical and diabolical. I get the sense of branching timelines. AOL time. Oh, Tom Maryland. Okay. AOL signal like time forensic studies. I get the idea of expertise behind this. Okay. AOL signal holographic prison. This sense of expansion. Now, to me, this, it's just a box, but it was like a cube. The best way I can describe it is like a matrix cube. Imagine like a black box with a green grid around it. That's what I have seen in my mind. So I go in again. I'm getting this energy, wavy. AOL break, source code. Rounded, metallic, compressed, slowly rotating. Okay, bro, I feel a sense of enclosed here. Symbolic, saturation. Cell structure. AOL break, universal microcosm. AOL break, waveform energy. This feels energetic and processional. AOL break, gradient, pulsing. So I better get back to stage 4. Okay, energetic. This feels ephemeral, oblique, radiant energy processing. AOL harmonic dissonance. AOL signal, Earth orbit substation, planetary wide. Now, this structure, okay, here's what it felt like to me. It felt like this structure was emitting this energy out, and this energy's coming out of the end of this thing, but the visual that I had in the session looks exactly like, just minus the structure that this energy is beaming out of, it looked exactly like this. Exactly. And I was trying to get a sense of, and I have intangible as a data point in my intangibles, but it was beautiful. In the glimpse of it that I had, it almost looked like a radiant crystal. Because I was trying to figure out what it was. My subconscious was trying to kick out, but that visually in remote viewing is pretty much exactly what I saw. And at the top there would have been this structure emitting all this. Okay. So here's just some other kind of imagery related to the topic, stuff like that. Here's the actual, the codes from history. Gosh. So, yeah, that's that. So, yeah, so I get this radiant energy. Earth orbits a planetary wide signal like timelines. This feels archaic. Subsurface area, sense of infrastructure, propagation, microadhesion, AOL signal, microverse technology, a sense of a reversal, inversion, AOL, okay, fixed technology, waveform energy. I get the impression microadhesion is a big part of what is happening here. Now, I felt like whatever this is doing is kind of demented. There's a hidden aspect to this target. I got the idea of a database. Ultrasonic base frequency, AOL time tunneling, blast wave, radiant energy wave, baseline energy. It's getting the same stuff here. Okay, it's AOL standardized testing. Okay, reflexive sequencing. I keep getting the impression this has an association with a timeline. This idea of separation, like a cross section in time. Testing. Yeah, so to me, okay, so here's like the big sketch. To me, it was almost like this center orb was like Earth, and there was this invisible energy grid like wrapped around it. Oh, I got it again. I hate when that happens. Okay, so like a cage around the planet. AOL Soul Trap. Okay, sonic emissions. Like an invisible shield. Stage 4.5. Microcosm seems significant. Okay, summary. Target is a structure. Colors of the target are blue, black, silver, purple. Qualities of light: luminous, glowing, bright, reflective, spotted, flickering, and purple. Dimensions of the target are edged, vibrating, dynamic, radiating, elevated, jagged, deep, long, narrow, wide, open, rounded, broad, boxy, rigid, warped, and uneven. Pulsing, pocketed, raised, dense, small, separated, multiple, enclosed, floating, flowing, surging, and an overhanging. Gritty, smooth, soft, hard, and metallic textures. Fresh, oaky, putrid, and smoky smells. Clanking, humming, and buzzing sounds. I get the feeling of expertise here. This target feels symbolic and ephemeral. This target feels disturbing and a sense of disturbance. Microfission technology, retrocausal, wave resonance dispersal, coded and gradual. This feels processional. This idea of conformity, calculable, and inert. Aspects of electrified, calibration, microwave energy, adherence, refractory, microadhesion came up several times. This has a reflexive aspect to it. Forensic study, a distribution network, expansion, archaic, fixed telemetry, waveform energy, and propagation. The carrier wave, an energy source, a blast wave, sonic emissions, ultrasonic, base frequency, radiant wave energy, a timeline, and testing. So that's what I got, guys. That's what I got for the Adinkras target. And if you guys work it, let me know what you got. And maybe you got something different. We'll see. But let me know, guys. See you next time.